guys, I'm back in another video, and today we're gonna be doing a ramblings of a WWE fan. And honestly, let's talk about Saturday night's main event before we get into the title of this video. Saturday night's main event. I am disappointed that there is no women's matches that have been announced for Saturday night's main event, and I understand that the card length is going to be kind of condensed. You know, there's not going to be as much freedom to do whatever they want to do because it is on primetime television. I give them that. But with a locker room that they have on both in SmackDown and Raw, it is a shame, and it was a possibility for them to have a women's match. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But let's get into it. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the heavyweight. See, you know how crazy it is to say Logan Paul is going to have a world championship match? I could barely get it out of my mouth. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso. Jey Uso is going to win. Jey Uso needs to win. He needs to win. If he does not win, I'm going to be upset. I don't care. I'm going to be upset. And it better not end in no DQ. Don't end in no interruptions, nothing like that. No, none of that. I need Jey Uso to pin that man 1, 2, 3. So we're done with the storyline, period. Let's move on to Gunther. The next match is the tag team match with Sami Zayn, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. This match, I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good. You have Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and Braun Breaker. It's a recipe for success. Well, a recipe for disaster for the ones involved in the match, but it's just a recipe for success for everybody watching the match on the outside, saved from all of the destruction, all that got going on. Because you know those guys, with what has happened since WrestleMania, there's not bad blood all around. Bad blood all around. I think Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker might take it out. I'm pretty sure they might win this one. If not, if they don't win, that's going to be interesting. Maybe the third man gets revealed. Maybe, who knows? I just think that when it comes to the storyline and continuously pushing that idea of Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker being a threat, they have to win. Now, if they need to have a third member added to the whole group, they're going to lose. But if not, if they're going strong with just Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, I think that's the easy choice to make. We have the finale of this crazy feud that's been going on. Like, this feud, to me, of course, it kind of, like, caught everybody by surprise because we expected Drew McIntyre to do something else. But all the signs were leading to Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for, like, that year, honestly. So I hope this match is gonna be crazy, but I don't want it to cause either men to take time off. Like, I hope there's no injuries. I hope there's nothing, like, cause these men hit hard. Like I talked about last time when discussing these men, there's no way to get around their hard hitting because that's who they are. That's what they do, and that's how they perform. So I just hope everything is good. This is going to be hard because I think Damian Priest kind of needs to get his lick back, but I'm going to go Drew McIntyre. You know, ever since I don't know, something just happened to make me just be a fan of Drew McIntyre more in I don't care what he does. I accept his wrongs and his rights. I'm going to call out his weird behavior, but I'm going to stick by his side. I'm going to stick by his side through it all. And then our main event, which I hope is our main event. I don't know for sure if it's our main event. It's a non-title match with R-Truth versus John Cena. I am looking forward to this match. This match to me is so special because of the history between these men. It's for John Cena for John Cena's last year for him to meet up with R-Truth. They ate. WWE does some things that I don't like, but this right here, I couldn't have wrote it better myself. I could have, but you know what I'm saying? Let me stop playing. I'm going to say R-Truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a non-title match. Like, let R-Truth get one. If R-Truth won, can y'all imagine the building in Tampa? Like, it's going to go crazy if R-Truth wins. For the plot, I'm going R-Truth for the plot. I'm going R-Truth. I just am. Okay, and getting into what I did last week, I accepted some questions to talk about, anything I wanted to ask me. It could have been about wrestling, could have been my life. Anything, I would have talked about it. And Jont's5981, thank you. He asked me what would my fantasy booking for NAOMI be in her last 3 years into her retirement. It's so hard for me to book NAOMI and just to talk about her retirement, because it's like you don't ever want your favorite wrestler to stop wrestling. But to a certain extent, I really want to just see NAOMI grow, period. Like, if she's not wrestling, I'm still support her. If she's going and doing like acting, whatever she want to do, supporting it, because I respect her a lot. I just know that there is a few things that I would love for her to accomplish. There is not necessarily matches that I need to have from her, other than the obvious Bianca versus NAOMI. Like, that is a match. Like, they have to both be they have to be given the room to do whatever. That match, to me, it needs a main event stage, and I hope they get a main event stage, Bianca versus NAOMI, because it'll be beautiful, because not only they were working together and they were going to be paired up together and they have such chemistry together as friends, but to really for Bianca to have seen NAOMI and decide, because she can do it, I can do it too. That right here, they're being inspired by NAOMI. It'll be a beautiful match. And I wouldn't care who won that match, honestly, because I love both of them. And I enjoy their work in the ring. And NAOMI, I ain't gonna lie, NAOMI and Bianca know how to put people over. So it really wouldn't matter to me who won. I just want NAOMI in her last few years to be able to accomplish everything she wants to accomplish, because she has not had an easy career at all. She's been one of those talents that deserves the world. Like, they dropped the ball a lot, and there's certain people that could probably tell you the same thing if they were in the industry, in the industry as well. Like, she should have been a lot of things, but that doesn't take away what she's done and what she's doing, because she's still a lot of things, with or without those added accolades, without certain things. And honestly, I think she's one of those underrated wrestlers that could be considered one of the best. I believe that, personally, I think she has one of the greatest impacts on wrestling as a Black woman. I don't care. I'm sorry. That's a fact that I can't really argue. You can't really argue that one. Like, she was the first woman to ever have them shut the lights off for her entrance. And for WWE, y'all know how crazy that is. Y'all know how they didn't do that for real. Unless it was The Undertaker or somebody like that. She had them cut the lights off for her. Do y'all not understand that? She was the only one that had like a glowing belt, like a belt of her own as a woman. I don't know if y'all understand how crazy that is. So when all leading up to her retirement, I just want them to give her an amount of respect that she deserves. I really want her to be able to be a Grand Slam champion, a Triple Crown champion. I want her to have I want her to have long championship runs. And not just long championship runs, but great championship runs. I want her to have multiple storylines. I would like to see her on Raw. Now, she doesn't need to end her career on Raw, because I understand she's SmackDown, baby. She's SmackDown down. Like, that's her brand. So she doesn't have to retire on Raw, but I want to see her on Raw. I want to see her on Netflix, all that. That was a good question, because y'all know how I get down with NAOMI. Y'all know how I be. He also asked me what my WrestleMania 41 card and the results. Now, I didn't really have a problem with WrestleMania card. I just think the execution was very important, that they kind of lacked a little bit. Like, Talking about Naomi. I think Naomi should have won that Jade match. If she's not winning the feud, she should have won the match between her and Jade. But WrestleMania is kind of a tricky one. I just think that there's certain matches that I would have added and a match that I would take out. And the match that I would have added instead of just being Logan Paul versus AJ Styles, I would have had a triple threat match with AJ Styles, Logan Paul, and Karrion Kross. Because Karrion Kross, he was on the outside of that whole thing going on. And even after the match, you saw that promo that just blew everybody's minds. So that would have been a good one because, like, why not? I think they kind of missed the ball on that one. Dropped the ball on that one. And instead of that bull we got with Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Becky Lynch and Lyra, I would have had, I know they're not here no more. I know they're not like wrestling with WWE no more, but I feel like it was a missed opportunity. I would have Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus Liv Morgan and Raquel, and I would have had them take the titles from them. They were literally the best tag team group that they had, an actual tag team group, and they got paid dust. So, to right the wrong of reality, that's my fantasy booking. And instead of having Lyra in that tag team match, I would have had her in a IC championship match versus Natalya. Now, I have a special place in my heart for Bird Lady, so I really don't know who will win that match. I don't, because I want to say Natalya so badly because she works so hard and she's so consistent. Like, what we saw on Monday with that triple threat match for the qualifying match, Natalya has it, okay? Wrestling was never a problem for her. She's never been a bad wrestler. So I don't know. She's a workhorse, and that's befitting of an IC championship. So I really don't know how else I would have did that. And instead of El Grande Americano, I would have tried to figure out a way to do an Andrade and a Carmelo 8 match. I don't know if it would have been an 8 match. I think it would have been their 8th match. I would have figured out a way to do that because that was needed. On a PLE, they should have had a match instead of having that funky triple threat match they had. They should deserve to have a one-on-one match. But yeah, other than that, I wouldn't have had nothing differently just because you had to write a storyline. And I just feel like the storylines weren't there, but there were storylines they could have used and utilized. But we're going to get into the title of this video. Now, I am a reformed person. I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I like Cody Rhodes. I respect Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' work ethic is comparable to the greats. So, the man is he's going to be a Hall of Famer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But currently, I cannot say that I miss him on SmackDown. That's not to say that he didn't add anything and I don't want him to come back. Because you can't do WWE right now without a Cody Rhodes. You can't do it long term. Maybe it's just because I'm a Roman fan and I'm used to Roman being out. So whenever somebody's out for a long period of time, it's more of a winning game for me. Unless it's Naomi, then it's like, okay, get back to the ring, Naomi. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. Because, like, not being able to see Naomi wrestle, it's been doing something to me. But, back to topic. Cody Rhodes being out, I think his presence is missed to a lot of folks. But when it comes to what they are doing on SmackDown, it's the same as they were doing when he was not there. And the whole Bloodline storyline, the tag team division, what they have going on with the women, that's enough to where Cody Rhodes is not like, we need him back. I don't feel as though they need him back in a hurry, especially if they're trying to do something with this storyline with John Cena, R-Truth, or even whatever they want to do with John Cena. I think that's enough to where Cody Rhodes is not immediately needed. And that might sound crazy because I know there's some Cody Rhodes fans that are like, I need Cody back. But he can take his time. That man been working hard for like 3 years since he came back. So he's deserving of a rest. But, I expect him to come back soon. Maybe at Saturday night's main event. Maybe around the same time Roman comes back. I don't know. But I am not hurting. I'm not hurting. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about that. Y'all let me know if y'all just count down the minutes to Cody Rhodes coming back. And thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.